Ladies and gentlemen, we welcome you to the Mohegan Sun Arena here in Uncasville, Connecticut, as Premier Boxing and his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the blue corner in this interim world title bout, wearing red trunks with multicolored trim, fighting out of and representing his home of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. He weighed in at a trim and ready 145 and 1/2 pounds. He is undefeated in his campaign in the ring with an outstanding record of 29 wins, no losses, one no decision, with 27 big wins coming by way of knockout. Here is the hard-hitting IBF #1 ranked welterweight contender whose last 19 wins have all been by knockout.
Introducing the reigning, defending, undefeated IBF welterweight champion of the world, Jaron Ennis.
The opening bell rang, and there was almost no feeling out process. Jaron "Boots" Ennis immediately began switching stances, firing quick combinations, and forcing Xander Zayas to think every second.
Ladies and gentlemen, damas y caballeros, the time has come for the main event of the evening. 12 rounds of boxing scheduled for the unified WBO and WBA 154-pound championship of the world, 153 and 1/2 pounds. Y su rival en la esquina roja, Puerto Rico's future of boxing, holds a record of 22 wins, no losses, with 13 wins coming by way of knockout. San Juan, Puerto Rico. Ladies and gentlemen, here's the undefeated, reigning and defending WBO Junior Middleweight Champion of the world. Damos la bienvenida al futuro del boxeo en Puerto Rico, Xander Zayas. It's showtime!
The opening bell sounded, and there was no cautious feeling out period whatsoever. Jaron "Boots" Ennis wasted no time asserting himself, constantly switching stances while unleashing sharp, rapid-fire combinations that forced Xander Zayas to stay mentally alert every second of the fight. From the very beginning, the pace was relentless, leaving no room for hesitation as both men immediately found themselves locked in a high-level chess match inside the ring.
Your father said, and we were just talking about how if he comes forward, it ends early. Like, how do you think he's going to fight on Saturday night?
To be honest, I don't care how he fight. It don't matter what he do. We ready for everything. We had every style in camp, so it don't matter. Whatever he want to do, we could do it. So y'all know my slogan. We in it all like a rabbit. So that's what we gonna do.
That's a 2-belt world champion, career-long or almost career-long 154-pounder. But you've said all along, I'm levels above him. There's nothing he can do better than me. Why do you believe that?
Like I said before, he's a solid fighter. You know, he's a world champion for a reason. You know, but they just levels. You know, it's just levels, and I'm going to show come Saturday night and show my skills and my ability. I can't wait, yo. I'm trying to tell y'all, I cannot.
Neither fighter showed any willingness to take a single step backward. Instead, they continued exchanging brilliant moments throughout the contest, delivering an unforgettable battle until the final bell echoed around the arena. When it was all over, both men confidently raised their hands, each convinced he had done enough to secure victory. Their performances left fans, commentators, and even the judges facing one of the toughest scoring decisions of the entire year.
This is a massive moment for our team. This is a massive moment for Jaron Ennis. And these are great people as well. These are boxing people. This young man has lived in the gym with his father for years, decades. I want to thank the entire team, Everett, Ivan, Bozy. What amazing people. And it all comes together on Saturday night. It's only the beginning, because he's racing all the way to pound for pound #1 of the sport.
That was the moment when this entire build-up reached another level. The final press conference was no longer filled with polite smiles or respectful compliments. Instead, it felt like two undefeated champions had finally exhausted every reason to remain courteous. Eddie Hearn set the tone before either fighter even spoke, boldly predicting that Boots Ennis was about to deliver the performance of his career. Watching it unfold, I couldn't help but smile because that kind of confidence either becomes legendary in hindsight or ages terribly if the result goes the other way.
Fight. Everybody's gonna say I'm the best 154 pounder in the world.
Boots, are they saying the same thing about you after the fight?
Most definitely. They going on Saturday night. They gonna be like, man, this kid is amazing. They gonna be like, yo, we never seen nothing like you. I feel like these guys can't do what I do and they don't carry out like how I carry it. And I'm gonna show the world. Like it's just really there's really levels. And on Saturday night, you will hear the words in the news.
Then Todd Duboff immediately answered back, reminding everyone that Xander Zayas wasn't pressured into accepting this fight, he actively pursued it. That's the point that keeps standing out to me. Neither man was forced into dangerous territory. They willingly stepped into it because they wanted this challenge. Boots and his camp reinforced that confidence by insisting it wouldn't matter whether Xander chose to box, pressure forward, or completely change his strategy because they had prepared for every possible version of him. At the same time, Team Zayas refused to reveal even the smallest detail about their own game plan, and honestly, I respect that approach. Why hand over answers before the test even begins? What really caught my attention, though, was the contrast in personalities. Boots looked completely relaxed, smiling, joking with the fans, and confidently promising they shouldn't blink because he believed a knockout was coming.
Above everybody, I feel like I always make the adjustments, and that's what great fighters do. I'm not gonna sit here and take away credit from what he is as a fighter. He's a great fighter, and I've always said it. And Saturday night, I will prove why I'm better than.
Xander brought a completely different presence to the table. He remained calm, composed, and intensely focused, almost as if he was watching everyone else get caught up in the emotions while quietly preparing his own response. That's exactly why I enjoyed the exchange when Boots dismissed the criticism about being flat-footed with a simple, confident, "We'll find out Saturday." There was no dramatic speech, no unnecessary trash talk, just one confident champion answering another. That's what makes this matchup so fascinating. Both fighters genuinely believe they're operating on a level above the other. Each camp is convinced they've already figured out the puzzle, and neither side has shown the slightest interest in backing down. One champion insists there are levels to this game, while the other believes he's already reached the very top. In boxing, confidence always survives until the opening bell proves otherwise.
What does that mean for you when being on the opponent's side, when you see that, when you kind of, like, what does that behavior mean?
Well, I've been said that he was too big, he was going to move up anyway, so, you know what I mean? But he's taking a chance, you know what I mean? And he want to be great, so, I mean, like I said, I respect Xander for taking the fight. A lot of guys didn't want to fight Boots.
Right,
Yeah.
But talk about that respect, because he's a unified champion. He's not even just kind of a star alone. He's a unified champ, giving opportunity to a guy that a lot of people didn't want to.
And he didn't have to take the fight. He could have forced somebody else. So that's why I respect him. You know what I mean?
Sooner or later, someone's confidence has to be tested the hard way. That's exactly why this isn't just another championship fight. It's the collision of two futures, two unbeaten careers, and two championship ambitions meeting in real time, where only one vision can survive once the final bell rings. This is where Boots and his father quietly shifts the entire conversation. While the final press conference was filled with bold predictions, unwavering confidence, and both champions insisting they were the best fighter at 154 pounds, Boots' father carried himself very differently. He didn't seem interested in winning the verbal battle before fight night, his only concern was winning inside the ring. That's a completely different kind of confidence. What immediately stood out to me was how calmly he continued repeating that the boxing world still hasn't witnessed the very best version of Boots Ennis. We've heard similar praise from trainers, sparring partners, and former fighters for months, but hearing it from the man who has watched Boots develop since day one makes you stop and wonder whether another level truly exists. If he's right, then perhaps the version we've seen so far is only a glimpse of what's still to come.
For Boots. Boots on his game plan. You know what I mean? If he do what he's supposed to do. Boots got so many different ways of fighting, man. Like I keep on telling people, they ain't seen the best Boots yet. And I hope Xander bring it out of me. Then they'll see.
Do you see, like, does negotiations for Virgil Ortiz change after tomorrow if Boots were to become unified? Because now he's a unified champion.
Yeah,
before there were no belts.
Yeah, but I really can't say about that. We might move on to Vandor if he want to take the fight. You know what I mean? I don't know until after this.
What surprised me most was the respect Boots' father showed toward Xander Zayas instead of trying to discredit him. Rather than dismissing his opponent, he openly acknowledged that Xander is a unified world champion, admitted that he didn't have to accept this challenge, and even praised him for pursuing greatness. In a sport where fighters and teams often rely on trash talk to build hype, that level of respect stood out because it reflected genuine confidence instead of manufactured hostility.